Hello and welcome to round 4 of the Aero Racing League Championship. Now this week we have Bahrain. Last week we had a very eventful race in Monaco. I crashed out on probably lap 2. I got hit by Hezron as I was overtaking him around the outside. And I don't think I actually got an apology from him, but I was extremely annoyed after that race. And yeah, because it sort of cost me loads and loads of points. I think I finished 5th overall, but I could have probably challenged for my first podium in this league. But we're in qualifying now in Bahrain. We've set a 132.4 I mean, and just improved it by about half a tenth. But we're still maybe 3.5 tenths down on current pole sitter 0, which isn't too good considering we're on option tyres. But we're setting a new lap now. We have a little bit less fuel. I think we've got about 3 laps of fuel left, but we're on rich mix, of course. Going into this very, very wide corner here. Just about to go into the tight corner as well. And we're actually 4 tenths up, 4.5 tenths up, and 7 thousandths up on the previous time, which is really, really good. But I think I've noticed is that I use quite a lot of curves in that sector. I use over half the bar just in that sector, which is why I'm very fast in that sector. But I've not got very much left. I've got 2 laps of fuel left with 4 minutes of qualifying left. But it's a tidy lap so far, except for that last corner where I locked up quite a lot. I don't like that corner, but it's probably the only corner on the track which actually ruins the track. But we've improved by 2 tenths. We're a tenth down on 0. So we should be able to improve the time here, unless I absolutely screw up this corner, which I haven't done. Opening DRS nice and early, using the rest of the curves. Wasn't much left, but I'm going to use it anyway. And going to cross the line at 132.085. So it's a good lap. Improved to 2nd, but of course we fall down to 4th in the race. So here we are sitting on the grid in 4th behind 0 and Carpet. I think that's a bit of a glitch there because there's only 2 cars in front of me. But 5 lights are out. I'm going to use a bit of curves, go to the rear bias and go to mixed 3 as well. I've got a whole load of cars behind me, 6 cars behind me. Zero's going to try and go to the inside, and looks like Carpet's actually overshot, and he's actually span. That's unfortunate. And I now find myself boxed in by 2 K-terms. I think I've got 0 to my inside, no, 0 to my outside, I'm sorry, and Ryder to my inside. Bit of contact there, but I couldn't help it. Oh, and Hezron cuts across me. Gotta be wary of fighting with him. And Ryder's charging right up my inside. See, he's on the prime tires there, so he's probably going for a very aggressive start. He's still in my inside, and I'm still with him. I think he's actually got ahead now. But I'm not going to try and challenge him into this corner. It's just going to be a death trap for both me and him. Looks like I've got a better run out of this corner. No, I haven't. Went too much over the curb there. But we're in 6th. Not too good. We lost a few positions due to a bit of contact with people. Carpet actually later admitted that he span because of the heavy fuel load and the effect on his car. Just couldn't get his braking zone right. Get edged here a bit by Hezron. He's not leaving me enough room. I think I'm going to make a move up the inside here. Yep, I am. It's quite easy. Didn't turn in on me there, so it's quite fair. I think I've got my teammate right behind Hezron there, and the other red Ferrari. Bit of fighting going on up here. It's 2 Caterhams. Carpet's teammate's actually done a very good start. He's in 2nd already. I think he was actually starting 7th or 8th on the 8th on the grid. We're looking going around the outside of 0 here. I think we've almost done the move actually. I think he's on the inside. Oh, two cars going into this really tight corner. Never going to work, and I get understeer. I think that's dirty air. Hezron's managed to catch up. And he goes wide, and I just undercut him. I could see that coming from miles away. That's what happens when you dive up the inside without actually thinking about the consequence. I'll lock up so much there. It's very, very hard, even on having the brake bias on rear. Very hard to get the braking right. Lock up again. I think my brakes are either, I don't know if they're too cold or too hot, but definitely something wrong with them. But we're up to 5th after the second lap, so it's not been catastrophic. I haven't crashed or span, and we're still on rich mix. But the drivers up ahead will lose a bit of time battling, because they'll obviously be going off the racing line. I'll be getting some clean air. See, DRS is enabled this lap. I think Ryder just went to the inside of another car as Cab sets a new fastest lap. I'm not sure who's actually leading the race. I don't think it's Carpet, because he span at the start. Get very close to Ryder's gearbox there, almost hit him. Brakes are very good in this car when they actually work. So I set a fastest sector time there because I use a lot of curves. I'm going to try and undercut Ryder here, but not enough space on the track. That corner is very good for undercutting. Not sure why though. I lock up again. I get a better run up there as the bollard actually flies across and hits my wheel. I'm going to try and get in the slipstream here of Ryder. Looking at the inside. And a lag crash right there. And in hindsight, I think I should have actually let him through, because that's a rule of the league. Even if it's a lag crash and you didn't cause it, you're supposed to let the driver back through, in fairness. But in the race, that was just a spur of the moment action. So we skip on to lap 11. My tyres are getting pretty worn out actually, and I've actually moved out to 2nd. I think a few people pitted early. Got my teammate behind me, and I'm actually gone to the slower mix. Used up most of the extra fuel load. Almost spin there, because my tyres are very degraded at this moment. I think Fab's actually on. I think he's on the prime. I think he started on the prime tyres actually. So he's still in his original set. But you can see here I'm 8/10 down. It's horrible amount of time lost. But we're gonna go hopefully into the pits this lap, losing too much time. Yep, we're gonna go peel into the pits. I don't think there's anyone else actually in the pits, so looks like I'm the only one pitting. Fab did start on the prime tyres, which was why he was in, I think he was in 8th position from qualifying. Obviously the prime tyre is slower than the option tyre, but a good pit stop there. It was 2.9 seconds I read. Looks like we're going to be coming out in 6th though, which is not bad. A lot of people haven't pitted yet. A lot of people started on the primes like my teammate did. So bollard on the track there, someone hit it off. Not going to be nice when someone drives over that. So we skip on to lap 18. I'm on the prime tyres. I've done about 6 laps on these, so they're still relatively new. So these tyres last longer than the options, but are slower. But I think Fab eventually pitted, and he's right behind me now. Don't have any curves to defend. I think he's actually going to dive up my inside here. And I'm going to try and go around the outside. No, that's not going to work. He is on the faster tyre though. I think he's actually got DRS as well, which, yep, he does. So he's going to pull even further away. But I did have a very short battle with him. he he was gaining on me quite a lot due to new tyres. He's got a relatively light car because of the lower fuel. But I didn't really want to battle with him. I didn't want a repeat of the Canada incident where I hit the back of him when he was on a slower tyre. Don't want a repeat of that, but I'm still relatively close to him. He did say that he didn't really like this track. It's one of his least favourite tracks. It's not one of my favourite tracks either, but I think he hates it more than I do. I think if we actually stick in this sort of range, we should be able to get DRS. But that is not assured. I'm on -1 lap of fuel already. Got 10 laps left, so I'm gonna look out for my fuel later on. Don't want a repeat of Brazil where I ran out. But I am setting relatively quick times for the tyre that I'm on. I'm in third, looking for my first podium. I've got Ryder behind me. He's made quite a good recovery even after that lag bubble. But I should be able to get DRS here. Looks like it's just about a second. Yeah, and I do get DRS and I'm activating it. I'm using some curves to gain some time. Just about half the curves. But I'm braking a lot later than Fab. As you can see, I'm closing right up in the braking zone. I think I have my brakes on high pressure and large size, so brakes lock up a bit, but I can get much better braking than most other cars. I'm closing right up here. Actually set a fastest sector time there. You can see on the left, there's a cut that corner quite a bit. Don't get a warning though. I'm 4/10 up, which is good. But yes, I still haven't got a podium yet. Kind of disappointed by that. Some of it's caused by driver error, some of it's caused by crashes. But anyway, we skip on to lap 26, and Fab's actually gained quite a gap on me. He's 5.1 seconds behind, but my tyres have been going slowly off. As you can see, a bit of oversteer there. And just so turns out that Ryder's caught up to me as well. So it looks like the last few laps are going to be quite a long battle. I'm telling you now that this part isn't edited at all. So this lap until the end, just a battle between Ryder and I. I think he's on newer tyres though, and I'm on relatively used tyres. I think I pitted on lap 12, so they're 14 laps old, so they're quite used. You can see there, I think Ryder actually cut the corner in order to get past, but he is now past. But I should be able to get DRS. You're not allowed to actually pull over in order to gain the DRS advantage, as some people do, but I couldn't really defend in that corner. I took the right line. He sort of cut the corner a bit. Going to mix 3 though, even though I've got -1 lap of fuel. In the race I thought it would be a good decision, but now that I think about it, it was quite bad as I'm running out of fuel, but I should be able to get DRS here. I'm going to use some curves, and I should have a massive speed advantage. He's not going to defend as much as I thought he would. I think he's actually going to undercut me. That move doesn't pay off though, so I'm in front. I think DRS is actually going to play quite a vital role in who gains this podium. Depends on which driver gets it and which lap. As I set another fastest sector there. 7/10, and Ryder's going to my outside. I'm going to stick to the inside to defend. I think he's actually going to sling it around the outside, which is a very brave move. I think he's actually completed that move, which was very good. I'm just going to wait. Does he go wide here? No, doesn't lock up either, so he's nailed that corner. But in him getting through, he has lost the advantage of DRS, which I now have. So looks like it's going to be a very interesting last 3 laps. Looks like I might actually run out of fuel if I'm not too careful here. I think he actually used some curves there. He managed to gain quite a bit of time as we lap. I think that was Hezron. I think it was the Red Bull. Not sure why Hezron's been having such a bad race. I don't think he's crashed actually. I think he might have actually lost his front wing at some point, gone off the track. But I just get DRS there, you can see just over 1 second. But I can't really gain any time on Ryder. These tyres I'm on are quite used. I think I've had them on for 16 laps, which is quite good for prime tyres. This track does have quite a lot of degradation there. I think I got a lag spike, which is why I went off track. I think the space of my hard drive was actually getting quite low. But I think we are keeping the gap towards Ryder here. Setting our fastest sector. I think he's far too much curves in the first sector. If only I balanced the curves, use over all 3 sectors, I could probably actually get pole if I tried. I had the same problem with Canada actually. I was very fast in the first sector and then I had average speed in the second and third sector. But definitely gaining on Ryder here. I think he's made a few mistakes, gone wide at some corners. Goes wide there. But I'm definitely going to have DRS here. Looks like it's going to be a last lap battle. Yeah, I've definitely got DRS here. I'm about maybe 2/10 behind. He's used the rest of his curves. Look at the speed advantage. Up to 200 miles per hour, that's a limiter. Gonna brake at the normal zone. He's probably gonna anticipate me going wide and try and sling it around the outside there, but I'm covering the inside line. Gonna try and defend here, so it's gonna be a final run to the line. I think he's gonna charge up the inside here. No, he's not. I think he's gonna bide his time until I go wide, probably at that corner which I always lock up. I think it's turn 9 or 10. I think he actually tried to dive at the inside there. I didn't actually see him. The arrow was there. I think I'm actually starting to run out of fuel here, which is why you see the lack of acceleration. Car is starting to chug. If you look at the speedometer, it goes up and then down. Yep, definitely running out of fuel here. For the second time in the season I'm actually running out of fuel. First time was Brazil. This is the second time. And it was quite depressing actually seeing your own car run out of fuel. This carpet tries to get past. I'm not going to move off the racing line because I don't want to cause a crash really. But Zero takes the win. As I run out of fuel, I think Cab's actually gaining quite a lot on me, so I hope I finish actually soon. But I'm going to finish in 5th position. Not the best, but hey ho. But the championship standings have, I think they've stayed the same. Carpet got 4th, so Zero's reeling the points in. But I think Zero is actually going to catch him eventually if he carries on his winning streak. But thanks for watching guys. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.